Parties are making a lot of promises ahead of May's general election. Better pay for health workers, an affordable and reliable supply of medication, quality care for all, and new and improved infrastructure. But are these promises giving South Africans hope? Or is it just a way to bag votes? ENC's reporter Masego Ratlaga digs deep for this report.
"56-year-old Frida Ndima has been a community healthcare worker here in Alexandra for 4 years now. She and others like her have been hailed by government as the backbone of the country's health system. One of her patients is Linda Afia, who is now 6 months pregnant.
So I've been sick November, December, until Jan. She was still checking on me. I wasn't eating, I was sick, but she was there with me always.
Passion and a love for people are what motivates people like Frida. But they wish more could be done by government to help keep them going.
The government, what is doing, I don't see anything that he's doing. They keep on promising us that we are going to be permanent. But as from today, we are not. This is a heavy job. And please, if the government can, please, because the government see what we're doing, but they're so ignorant. They must please help us and please make us permanent.
Political parties have launched their respective election manifestos, and the promises for better health services and working conditions are contained in many. The finance minister also recently undertook to inject more money into the sector.
We need more doctors and nurses. 2.8 billion rand has been reprioritized to a new human resources grant and 1 billion for medical interns. 1 billion rand has been added to raise the wages of community health workers who will earn 3,500 per month.
But for those who have just entered the medical field, and for those who are planning on doing so, actions speak louder than words.
Well, I'd have to take Mr. Tito Mbowene's word on this one. I am comforted by the fact that they made the initiative to speak to us and tell us these things. But, whether they implement them, we'd have to just wait and see.
I feel like this is another election year since that there were these Cuban bursaries that have been stopped. Why have they stopped? And then suddenly there's been a promise that there'll be more money. Where is that money going to come from?
The Gauteng Health Department has recently added about 9,000 community healthcare workers to its payroll. This is in an effort to improve access to care. But is it just in time for the election, or will promises be fulfilled after people have cast their ballots? Masego Ratlaga, Johannesburg.
Now, tomorrow marks a small victory for consumers. We'll have more power over the use of our data, yay, but it's not quite what the data must fall campaigners have been fighting for. Just how will consumers benefit? With me on the line is the ICASA spokesperson, Paseka Maleka. Paseka, what does it mean for consumers? I'm hearing that we'll be warned if we use out of data, use out of data, as well as we'll also be warned around the rollover. We'll be able to roll over our data in the next month if it's not finished by the month of February, so to say. Is that true?
That is correct, Faith. That is the situation at the moment. The regulations are saying consumers must be able to roll over their data, transfer their data to the other person who's using the same electronic communication network license, the same licensee, of course. So, yes, that is very true. We are looking forward to the implementation of the regulations from tomorrow.
And also, you're allowed to roll over unused data before the expiry date. And then you're also allowed to transfer data to other clients who use the same provider. Should we be singing hallelujah at this stage, especially when it comes to consumers? Or should we not be praising at this moment in time?
Well, from where we are sitting as the authority, this is important for the consumers because we do this in the public interest. We've seen a lot of unfair business practice within the ICT sector, where consumers will have a bundle of data, and that data gets depleted, and they're not told anything. They're charged out of bundle rate. So in terms of this regulation, consumers will be able to opt in or to allow or to give permission to a network service licensee to charge them out of bundle charges or rates, or not to charge them. So the power is now with the consumers, and then they also push for the network operators to be able to send notifications for consumers to be able to track their data as they use it.
Well, it seems as though we've got a reason to celebrate, although I can't wait for the day that I phone you and then you say to me, Faith, it's official, data costs have fallen, and officially we're in line. We're just like Kenya in terms of just the price of our data there, but we'll live in hope until then. But I'm going to leave our conversation there. But spokesperson of ICASA, Paseka Maleka, who's joining us on the line, just giving us those news around what does it mean around the new data rules as proposed by ICASA, mandating the various networks to actually follow. And as of March, this is exactly what it means for you as the consumer, putting more power in the hands of the consumer. Well, that's our show for tonight, however. News is up next. Have a fantastic evening.